Hello, 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 everyone. How are you doing? This is Robin R. Robinson with Big Age Love. It is Saturday, the day, 2 days after Thanksgiving. It is 1:07 p.m. It is the 29th, and I hope that you had a wonderful holiday with the folks that you loved and cared for and got your bellies full and just had a wonderful time. As you can see, I have on a little hat right now because my hair, Mackenzie said that she wasn't going to come out and play. She didn't feel like it. She didn't want me to deal with her and her twist because she's twisted up under here. And she was like, no, no, it's not going to happen today. So find you something cute, throw it on your head and call it a day, okay? Okay, Mackenzie is very, very adamant at times. So, anywho, this is what's happening today. I'm going to probably be getting it braided soon. I'm not sure when, but soon. But anywho, thanks again for stopping by, Big H Love. And as you know, this is a show for savvy and wannabe savvy folks, age 55 and over, who want to stay relevant, who want to stay fabulous, who want to keep their mind moisturized because a moisturized mind is a magnificent mind, and who want to stay cute as hell in the process. Okay, so anywho, um, I had a wonderful time with my son and my grandson. I had a fabulous meal, and it was a wonderful day. And I'll get into more of it later. But I just know that this time of year, from now until like around the first, second of January, it's going to be full of all kinds of expectations and chores and tasks and to-do lists and all kinds of things. So I came up with 5 ways on how to survive Christmas and the Kwanzaa season without losing your mind. Because if you lose your mind, what is the point? You'll be running around crazy. So it's not going to matter if you have all of your errands and things done because you'll be crazy as hell. So you won't know what's going. You won't know what's going on. So okay, so 5 tips. Okay, so the first and foremost, you want to know and accept that you are human. You are a human being. You are a human doing. You are a human being, and don't strive for perfection. Just strive for excellence. You know what your intentions are. You know what you want to do. Don't overwhelm yourself, and just do the best that you can. Um, and that's all you can do with anything. You just have to do the best that you can. That's number one. Number two is create a budget and stick to it. Try not to overthink things. My son says that I overthink, but try not to overthink. And you know what your limitations are. You know what your budget can allow for. You know who you're going to shop for. And take it from there. Be reasonable and don't feel guilty. Don't be persuaded into utilizing funds that you don't have and paying for them all in 2026. You don't want to do that. That defeats the whole purpose because that's not what the holiday season is about, Christmas and Kwanzaa. So try to do that. Create a budget and stick to it. Put a dollar amount to your gift. Most of us are, we're watching our coins as they leave our pockets and our debit cards and the whole bit. And I wrote a cute little singy songy for you if you want to listen to this. Really cute while you're trying to figure out what to do. Okay? You ready for it, Diddy? Here we go. It's hard out here for the peeps. Trying to make that dollar stretch in these streets. It's hard out here for the peeps. Trying to make that dollar stretch in these streets. Okay, enough of that. I hope you enjoyed it. Anyway, you don't really have to spend a lot of money. You don't have to spend a lot of money at all. And in our big ages, people should be buying for us. People should be buying for us. You know what I'm talking about? Most of the people that we know are grown anyway, except for the nieces and nephews and the grandkids. But even still, once they reach about 18 years old, I don't know if you're obligated to buy them anything. I just don't know. That's just the way I feel. So, and you set a dollar amount, no more than $20, $30. Well, Robin, what can you buy with $20 or $30? That's not anything. Well, you know what? Use your imagination. That's why keeping your mind moisturized is so very, very important. Okay. You can buy them a plant and you can name it who you are, and then they can be responsible for taking care of it and letting it flourish. And it'll be a constant reminder of you. So if it falls dead, that means, do they think that you're not worth the plant's not worth it being maintained? Get them a plan or give them a book about their history. There's so many things out right now that you can get for them. A beautiful journal and a pen set so they can write down their thoughts for them to to have. It's only for their eyes, and no one else is allowed to look at it. And it will just bring out their creative flow and help them to feel better about who they are, or help them go through hard times or exciting times or no times. Journals are a wonderful, wonderful tool. I've been journaling since I was 12 years old. I've got boxes of them. So that's a good thing. And you don't even have to buy anything. If you want, you can create something. Write a poem. You can write them a poem. You can pass down a recipe that has really wowed the family over many, many functions and gatherings and whatnot. You can do that. Or if you have a big family, you guys can like put names in a hat and draw the names out of a hat and then designate your dollar amount. But it doesn't have to be extravagant. Gifts do not have to be extravagant. Gifts are really quite memorable when they come from your heart and they're sincere, and that a lot of time has been put into creating them or formulating them. Those are the things that really matter, because the holidays should not be a time of they. Pardon me. The holidays should be a time of enjoyment and bonding and spending time with people you love. It shouldn't be filled with stress and dread and overextending yourself financially, because that's not what it's about. I mean, you don't want to have to go through all of 2026 worrying about sending in an extra $75 to your credit cards because you racked up $3,500, $40,000, $4,000 worth of debt. It doesn't make any sense. So you can express gratitude and appreciation and thankfulness without spending an arm and a leg, a foot, a toe, an ear. I mean, the goal is to be fully intact after the first of the year. You don't want to be walking around here dismembered because you've been spending so much money and don't have anything else left to give. Okay, that's not a good look. It's not a good look. Okay, and also rest yourself. Rest yourself. You gotta take breaks. You gotta build in some wusu. Take two. Wusa time. You gotta build in some wusa time. Practice deep breathing and meditation. Sit your tired ass down. Okay, that's what you have to do. You have to sit down. Know your body. Uh, Adhere to what's going on. If you're tired, sit down. If you need a cat nap, do that. If you need to just sit down for 20 minutes, rest yourself up, put a compact over your eyes to I don't know, give you some comfort, to moisturize your eyes, the whole bit. Take care of yourself. Listen to relaxing jazz or sound bowls, which I love. Take a nap if you need to. And for our lovely perimenopausal sisters, hunty, your body will demand you to sit your ass down, to sit your tired ass down, because it will not let you go on. It just won't. It just won't. So adhere to your body, listen to it, and just do what you have to do so that you can go out here and be your optimal self. You can't be your optimal self if you're bedraggled and run down and dehydrated, all dried up, all confused. Your feet hurt, your bunions are crying. Your elbows are ashy. You don't want to be dealing with all of that. Ashy elbows are not a good look. Okay, so but if you do have to run around and you're running errands, it's like a 9 to 5, you leave your house at 9 o'clock, you don't get home till 5, that's a day's work. Then you're gonna have to do a to-do list. Put everything down on your list, and not necessarily in the order that you're gonna accomplish your goals. But put everything down, brain dump, put everything down. And then once everything is down, then you can go over your list and decide based on location and proximity and of where your other errands are and where you have to go. Then you can put them in on a list. And it feels so good when you accomplish these things. You feel like, wow, I set out to do what I needed to do. I mean, I love that. I love to accomplish my to-do list and do what I need to do. It's just important to me. So and if you don't happen to finish every single one, that's okay. Don't beat yourself up for it. That's okay. There's always the next day or the next week. So, you know, do that. The to-do list is very, very important. Also, number four, you don't want to get caught up in the hype. Enough is enough and too much stinks, as my mama used to tell me. Okay, this year economic boycotts are on trend. So what we want to do is, besides, indiscriminate shopping is so 2018, okay? It is so 2018. What we want to do now is shop local. We want to shop black. We want to shop mom and pop. And we want to shop smart. Okay, we want to shop smart. I love thrifting. I go to a thrift store that I found in 2021, and I just love it. And every holiday they have a big 50% off sale. So they just had one for Black Friday, and I realized, you know what? I don't need to go. I don't need to go. I have everything that I need. In fact, I just was there 2 weeks prior for their Veterans Day sale, which was 50% off. And I figured I don't need anything. I went over in my mind what's going on, what I could possibly get, and I don't need a dang thing. So why should I take my rusty dusty over there where it's going to be packed as hell, and it's going to be so many people and standing in line for a minimum of 30 minutes to do what when I already have what I need? I'm like, oh, hell no, not today, not today. Uh, Black Friday was the day itself was kind of chilly and it was overcast, and I just not did not feel like getting up and about early to get there to beat the crowds, because the doors open at 9 and there are already 40 people in line, and I'm like, I just wasn't about that life. I wasn't about that life. So I guess I was just beat down from all of the prepping and the cleaning and the cooking and the hosting the meal that I made for my son and my grandson, which was quite fabulous, by the way. It was so delicious. I really can throw down when I want to. I can. And so we had a good time, and it was just fabulous, and it was wonderful. But I guess after all of that prep and everything beforehand, I just was lost. I'm not lost. I was just through. I was tired. I was tired, and I just had to lay my tired ass down. I said, no, I'm not going to do it. And I had a wonderful day. I had some leftovers, and then I took a nap, and it was fabulous. It was kind of gray and overcast, and it was just a fabulous, fabulous day. So all right, so the last one, number 5, remember the real reason for the season. I mean, I know that it's a cliched statement, it really is. And there are times when, people will say to me, so are you ready for the holidays? Are you ready for the holidays? And I'm like, it's like, I know they're sincere in their question, I think, and it's small talk, but I don't think Christmas is something that you get ready for. Yeah, there's the decorations and the cleaning and the ornaments and the tree and the lights and the food and all that. But, just ask the Who's in Whoville. What happened to them on that morning when their whole village was ransacked by that green piece of putrid walking waste with his terrible, horrible, bad smelling mouth, small, hard ass, bothering people, taking crumbs and ornaments and things like that, because he's desperate and horrible and mean and tight and angry and dried up. And that poor little dog dangling off the mountain like that, and he's whipping the dog. That's just terrible. That's child. That's animal abuse. It was just terrible. I don't even know how that dog could even function. But anyway, their Christmas morning came. They had no gifts. They had no presents. They had no who beast or whatever the hell they was eating. They didn't have any of that. But they still sang. They gave praise. They were thankful. They were happy. They were a family. And that's what it is all of, the Christmas morning came, and they had nothing, nothing. And I say that in quotes because they had everything. They had each other. They had a home. They had electricity. They had what they needed to have. And then when that horrible situation with the green slime walking away saw what happened, that he couldn't stop anything because he's not greater than God. He just beamed and he did what he had to do, and he gave everybody back their gifts. So just basically, Christmas is what's in your heart. It's how you feel. And if you don't have anything, it doesn't mean that you don't have Christmas. If you have a house full of decorations and trees and ornaments and fireplaces and gingerbread houses and all the deck in the halls, but all the holly, and the living room is so full of gifts you can't see the floor, right on. But if you wake up and it's just you by yourself with a hot cup of coffee with some warm pajamas and some heat and a blanket and a phone and a TV, so that you can see what you need to see and talk to people and spread good cheer by calling people, then and you've been blessed with another day, then that is a blessing. God blessed you with another day. So that's a Christmas. you know and for all of our single big age sisters and big age brothers, please don't have people in your bed on Christmas morning just so you can say you have somebody in your bed because you don't want to wake up lonely. That's terrible. Those days should be way finished by now. Just have an indiscriminate whoever in your house just so you can say that you don't want to be lonely. Oh no, you would be lonely because you'd be staring at someone who you can't stand, who you don't know, looking at you crazy, barfing, not barfing, but burping and farting and doing all those kinds of things, and you don't want that. You don't want that. You would resent him. You'd resent yourself for having him around you. That would put a whole sort of bad situation over everything. You don't want that. You can control that. Your person is out there for you. My person is out there for me. And just know that when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. It really is going to be okay. I wish I would have some joker just hanging out with me just so I can say, oh, I have this joker here. But you know what? At least I'm not by myself. I have this person here. And, at least I'm not by myself. And then deep down inside, you're like, can I just put his head in the oven and close the door? Okay. I know that's mean, but that's probably how you would feel, okay? The torment, the unfulfillment, the resentment, it's just not worth it. So, anywho, those are my 5 tips. I hope that you take what you need, get rid of the rest, and hopefully you'll have a much easier, calmer, more special Christmas Kwanzaa season. I really appreciate you stopping by. Big H Love with Robin R. Robinson. Please continue to like, share, comment, subscribe, all of those things. I appreciate every single one of you. I really, really do. I love doing this. And like I said, if you have suggestions about upcoming shows or what you'd like to have, let me know. Put it in the comments, okay? So, anywho, I'm going to jump off. Enjoy the rest of your holiday weekend and be well, be happy, be blessed. Know that you are a wonderful, wonderful human being and you are a great idea. And just know it's all going to get better, okay? You guys are the best. I'll see you soon. Take it easy. Stay beautiful, stay gorgeous, keep that mind moisturized, and I'll talk to you later, okay? Okay, be well now. Thanks again. Stopping by Big H Love. Ciao.